run away. He knows he can't. They chase him down. Tries to hold one last stand. Falls and gives him yet another gun. Donk with a spray. Mows down 3 and puts this round down before it gets too worrying. Although, almost. Just about for Spirit. Closing that out. 4-4 now. 40 seconds on this play for Na'Vi. Are they really triple flanking Temple? This is a bold call, and the nade comes too late. No information for Spirit. They're in the dark.
Donk with this backstab. Strikes one from the tally. Alexi dead as he tries to take the CT spawn wrap away, and Donk's going to get here in time to lend a helping hand to Magix. Might not even need it. Magix on a tear. And there's the support waves of defense suddenly at this side of the map from Spirit.
This is 4 rounds in a row when they lost the force buy in the second round. Spirit now controlling the game, and it might get better. Pistols go again. They go fast into Temple. Chopper is here, and he falls after 1.
Double backside setup for Magix and Donk. Oh, this could get out of control. Magix tries to reel them in, but the Deeks connect. JL and Ema open up a route to the plant. That nade comes in and cuts it down for Na'Vi. No bomb plant, no follow-up.
Even though 2 players are A main, don't be fooled, because this is a B-wrap right now for Na'Vi. Putting a lot of pressure on Zontix. If they can force this kill, they will make Spirit very uncomfortable. But he goes ahead of the molly. He has early warning. He goes through the smoke, and now they know the B hits in.
Just one for Donk. Zontix did win that A main fight out though, so the lurker dead for Na'Vi. Tips the scales in Spirit's favor. JL throws himself out into a fight, desperately looking to turn the tide. It's just the one and done, and that leaves Wonderful in a rough clutch. Makes it all the way to the Temple, but low on health. Wonderful can't miss a beat. And he's already slinked very far away. He's thinking about saving, just wants to hold on to this AWP, live to fight another day. It's the only way Na'Vi we're going to have one moving forward.
Yeah, it's a reasonable call. I think that's a very hard round to win with the bomb not for you. Once he realizes he's in Temple, and they could have nades as well. The smoke comes in. It was a guaranteed round for Spirit. After Na'Vi started so strong.
Yeah, it was 4-1 to Na'Vi. They won with that force fire in the second round, but past those conversions, they've not made a dent. Chopper falling early in the round.
They've been waiting to do that play for a while. They've been throwing this mid Molotov that blooms in the window of mid and gives a gap for Chopper to push. He's only now tested the limit, and it's not gone well.
If Donk's able to confirm that mid is under-defended, and that this isn't where Na'Vi are heading, he had to make a play sooner rather than later. Having him in middle was taking a lot of resources away from everything else, and he got hurt in that fight. Magix is the only player at this B side of the map. Holds on with the AWP for the first, but they will get out past him in main. Shiro and Donk, 2 versus 3. This is meant to be Spirit's duo, but with Donk super hurting, it's gonna fall to the Shiro AWP. And Wonderful owns this line, owns this angle, missed flash, awkward time for it, wasting precious seconds that Shiro simply doesn't have. Na'Vi won't allow Spirit to embark on a 7-round streak to close out this half. They break back through with a 5th round right there in round 12. This is certainly one of those games of consequence.
They're spotting everything as Spirit blanket this bomb site. Smokes it down. Na'Vi are out. They're going to have to play the retake. No kit, but the bomb, not for Con. So this position can be constricting. A very hard round,
especially with this smoke for Na'Vi. It just depends where they decide to throw it in, but it is going to go towards connector. Oh, they've reconsidered.
Gotta go.
You wonder if when they see where the bomb's planted for, does that go main way instead? And yeah, there's that smoke coming in. Kills exchanged on the push up through the spawn, but these Glocks close range can't find a thing. Shiro left, low HP, Spam had to come through and it won't. That is a quick turnaround in the pistol for Na'Vi.
Taken any space, but it's middle where Na'Vi group. Molly goes a second too soon.
That's frustrating. Na'Vi were grouping up here in mid. That Molly would have slowed the roll of Spirit, might have even let them get a little more comfortable and situated in these crossfires. JL was left walking across to the double doors, and a timing that Na'Vi simply didn't have.
Shiro, great flash to support as well. Wrecked JL. Now Spirit just trapped in
They heard the Alexi tag as well. He knows he has to kind of force a play, force a fight, and Alexi does well to get out with one. Put in an awkward position. Donk out through dark, ready for both players back at the site, and he makes it look easy. Bit moves in to a lost B site. Only armed with this FAMAS. Knows that Donk is roaming around somewhere. Don't know where he's gotten to. Well, there he is. Stellar 3K. Low health in that final fight.
As you said, only 4 games logged.
Well, this one today will be their 4th.
Oh, rather. Shot. Teammate escapes, but does abandon jail in the process. He's fighting for his life right now. Magics will not give it away. 4v3, bomb secured. Spirit get to abandon ship here. They've got Chopper posted up deep middle. Na'Vi making a gamble. Great time to do so. Knowing that Spirit aren't recommitting to B, it would have happened already. So Na'Vi are in the right place to win this round. Still a man down, but a chance nonetheless.
Donk wiped off the angle at the very first swing. They learned that the AWP is entrenched here in A. Chopper trying to open up the back door on this mid-lurch. Keeps the pressure on. Wonderful fights on the USP. But Magic's has snuck all the way out in this downtime. Plant coming in. Heaven player can't deny it in time. Ema still going to pick up Magic's eventually, and Shiro was spotted on this reposition out towards main. Na'Vi have all the info, every reason to take this, and Ema will lock in that trade. Gap continues to close, an important step in the right direction for Na'Vi.
Spirit so split. I really thought they'd go back to B after that kill onto Donk, but they were committed. Wonderful makes a hasty rotation to B, or to A rather, after mid is blocked. Bit in dangerous position, still gets out with one.
Knows he's getting re-swung, knows there's more fights, but Bit's been able to elude capture, gets out of there with a 5v3 for Na'Vi. That's certainly going to change the game plan for Spirit. Bit siphoning 2 from the ranks. That's Donk and Zontix both dead on this push out towards A. New options have to be explored. New pathways have to open, and to do that, they've got to get past Alexi. 1-for-1 from Na'Vi's captain. Keeps the advantage firmly with Na'Vi, and there just isn't time for Spirit. They're going to write this one off. Give Na'Vi the respect in this round as this CT side starts to build. That's 2 in a row now for Na'Vi. And the money starting to run dry for Team Spirit. Might just be something a bit more cut and dry for Team Spirit, less fakery, less mid-rounding, and instead just an all-in onslaught over A. Tech9 of Zontix gonna open the round up with a convincing kill downwind onto JL. There's Donk playing in tandem with Zontix as that entry. And they get out with a 4v3. Man advantage, Na'Vi almost don't want to give this one over. You kind of want to go fish, see if anything presents itself, but it just doesn't feel worth it. You're so far removed here. There's so much ground to cover.
It's given a chance to escape. He'll take it. Again, Zontix leading this into A on the jiggle. Bit's going to be caught off guard.
Zontix is the front man. It gives another opener to Team Spirit. And even as Donk is found in the back line, Zontix continues his aggressive pathing.
Oh, he knew! He just knew he was coming through that smoke.
Turns out it's more than just Shiro that's gone through some changes here. Donk attempts the entry. They still don't know about this player up close on the pillar. Alexi gonna try and bring the fight down into dark, and Donk will swing him wide to clear out Na'Vi's captain. First to fall at the hands of Donk in this last round. But there's still more where that came from, still more in the tank. Another crazy multi-kill round
I'll do it all
from Spirit Star. bit creeping up as the bomb looks to get planted for Team Spirit. A slight delay on that as lent Na'Vi a few more seconds. Bit and wonderful, reclaiming kills. Player spotted out on Jail. Are they ready for Magic's? Wonderful is he's kept Na'Vi in this. The first chance to close out Anubis will not come through for Spirit.
Smoke molly, Na'Vi passive, JL. It's a deep smoke that Chopper will play in front of, but JL is aware of how he does it, does clear that out. It's blocked by this Molotov, but he still has time to escape. There's no punishment here from Team Spirit. Even as the AWP peeks out, they won't find Alexi. There's an entry, meanwhile, on middle still, and so Spirit have to speed up. This is all they've got.
It was Zontix and Donk on these A main pushes that helped reignite this T side once more. Zontix secures that opening. Ooh. Donk could get caught with the bomb out here. Zontix has to provide cover. Instead, Alexi edging past the line, knocked out by Donk. Shiro's AWP holds the line in middle. Missed shot costs him dearly. And so this is the third time of asking for Spirit to take this map over the line. Their pick in this series. The one that sends you into those playoffs. And the reigning champs getting tested. Donk left up in this 1v1 clutch. A clutch to Wonderful. He's lost once already. This time he looks for his revenge. And he's gonna get it. Donk is a safe pair of hands in these clutches. And with Zontix cooking up openings, Spirit get through Anubis, battered and bruised, the full 24 rounds needed. And so there's stuff that Na'Vi can go and look at for this exact match to pull out now. Trying to leverage that over Spirit in this 3-0 match, but it's Chopper on the board first. A 5v4 in this pistol straight away for the Spirit squad.
Donk's up close, he sees the shadow. There's players tucked in on the left side, but he's ready to fight. Drops a bomb and all the nades. Donk takes all the glory. 2 kills, trapped back in a box. Wonderful, caged in A main, and Donk does not let him escape. This pistol is clean as you like. Team Spirit come through, they slap Na'Vi in the face. That really hurts.
Yeah, I think this is another thing that's pretty scary about Spirit's train is this seems to be a really good map for Shiro. In fact, thinking back recently to that Astana match in the final even ended up being an overtime affair versus Astralis here. Shiro is very much the guy who kept Spirit in that long enough for Donk to get activated. This is a great map for your AWPer to excel on, and it's one that Shiro has really found his footing on.
Oh, Zontix uncomfortable here, still manages to squeeze a kill out. Despite getting spotted by Alexi, it won't stop him. Shiro's on a 3-piece right now, and Ema getting fried. It's Spirit 3-0 to start this map. Close. Couldn't even get out. It's a different question entirely.
Shiro gonna hold on to upper. His riflers trying to watch the cross out from ramp. The spillover's in, but there's that crossfire of Zontix and Magic's roaring to life. Good couple of kills for Wonderful, but the full rotate arrives. The util's raining in, and he can't go any further. His role on Mirage has adapted over time from how often he would get timings pushed in ramp holds.
I mean, we're seeing a very frustrated looking Na'Vi right now in these camps. Wonderful's tilted. JL laughs it off, but rotates around to B. And they come through this smoke. Magic says no way. Shiro covers the AWP, and out B into Donk is not going to be much better. He does die. Humbled finally. Zontix still here. They must know that. They've gone hunting, they've gone fishing. Chopper rotates to add more to the chaos. And even though Alexi will get this bomb pod, there's nothing more to take from this round. Spirit 7-0. Those playoffs are right around the corner. Still players late to this one. JL on the extremity. Right down they go. Alexi low, Zontics from upper blocks him from gaining space. That gives his teammate in connector a lot more room. Don keeps the pressure on, but he doesn't believe it right now. It's seeming a little bit quiet, a little bit fake. Bit with one kill, everything else comes up for Spirit, and JL, as I said, late as ever, is not here to help out. EMA needs that support now. They're going for kills. They know the 1-1 is unrealistic, but so is this round win with them all falling. JL gets his first kill of the game, and Spirit just sweep it. No stress, no pressure. Every B hit has been stacked to the nines from Team Spirit. No one having an issue. Zontics has been a rock on this B bomb site. Alexi yet to frag, iced out. Is it going to get any better? They pick up the pace and they actually catch Zontics off guard. That's the first time that's happened here for Na'Vi. They've got to make it worth it.
Yeah, this has to be where you find your first. An untraded 5v4, a gift that Na'Vi have not had on this T side. Low econ in this round and a spam connection onto JL to open up this retake. Bit is also in hot water. On an aggressive stance, he's let deep into the back line in Spirit, and that left him fighting alone. Wonderful in the feed next, keeps this even. That Deagle continues to find success for Na'Vi. His teammates fall like flies around him, but Wonderful just won't move a muscle. 3 kills from Na'Vi's sniper as he puts that Deagle to work. And that's how Na'Vi pull up with their first round. A low econ B rush.
Wonderful's multi-kill, the only
Spirit
highlight
has
we've seen
so
from
much
Na'Vi.
faith that Na'Vi won't repeat that B call that Shiro doesn't even rotate. Shiro's actually pushing all the way through Pop on this AWP. This is going to leave him all on his lonesome and no one nearby to help him. Shiro, on an aggressive push, has gifted another one of these advantages to the Na'Vi squad.
Surprising to see that. Not supported by his teammates. But Spirit know they've got a player in this corner here. Magix comes in with a clear. JL may have beat the smoke. He won't beat Magix. 1 in 10. And that's something that Fury were countering really well in that game that we've been mentioning, right? It was the pop and B pushes in sync for Spirit that Fury were really good at shutting down. Spirit haven't even tried that this map. There's still more to show. They don't need to. Saving strats for the playoffs. Donk in final form. And 13 and 5, another multi-kill for this young man as he looks to put them all down here in this A site. It's a matter of time.
Wonderful's given us the one highlight clip for Na'Vi in this game. But expecting a 1v4 from this position is wishful thinking. He's got one man in the site to worry about, not even aware of that tap on the bomb, and Spirit charge him down.
Sheesh.
They're going for the throat on this. They want this to be a punishing victory as they are steamrolling Na'Vi.
Can Na'Vi get anything, a little bit of life in the last round, the last chance? There's only one guy on this B bomb site. Finally, for once, Na'Vi have found the gap. They still need to get through Zontics. Dink are done onto Bit. It might be enough here. There's still a man down. The Lurker makes it in the back line, but Shiro's orb continues to strike, and Chopper and Donk move in for the kill.
JL and Bit are both wounded, both hurting. JL also a long way away and might not even get to play into this final round. Bomb's not planted for him. Ema's got to stay alive, but also has to stop this defuse. There's no right way to play it. Spirit, own train. Na'Vi find no life on that T side. Spirit sit just 2 rounds away from a flawless finish in stage 3.
It is storming into the playoffs at a ludicrous pace. Right out A main, classic Spirit pistol, keeping the pressure high, and Alexi does get his first kill in the map so far. Na'Vi trying to fight on this outer site. Through the smoke comes JL. 5 on 3, they've got to close this round, but nothing is guaranteed in this game.
Lost a bunch of the heavy hitters though, and now it's just Chopper left standing, 1v4, as he tries to finesse his way through these smokes. Seek out Na'Vi, but they bring the fight to him. A convincing pistol round leveled against Spirit from this Na'Vi squad. Alexi B finally on the board.
CT Molly means Donk is unperturbed by it. The waiting to go deep. The flash is perfect. Ema with a hard clear, and Chopper got out of there. Couldn't save his teammate. Well, there's something spotted here. I think a shadow for Alexi. Somtix holds pop. They're coming for him. 3 players. How many's he got in him? Disengages. Molly forces the reswing, and right now Na'Vi holding this yard. 4v3. 2 Ivy players walking the smoke as it fades. They need this kill clean if they're going to win this round. Oh, we're cooking.
Don't fall down here. You felt like you'd done the hard part. Dealt with Donk to open up the round. Kept finding success, but Chopper and Shiro have whittled through these remaining players. The Shiro backstab comes in.
Shadow.
And he puts that rifle to work. They up and leave the B site. JL's left far away. And now they double back. He tried to stay 1 step ahead, but Chopper has outmaneuvered JL, leaving him in such a rough spot. 1v2, no info where these players have gotten to. He's at the full mercy of Team Spirit. And with Shiro owning this angle in the connector, Spirit pull up now. Being so hard on themselves on the build-up to the event, they care about peaking at the right time. When you're a player as good, as plainly above the rest, as Donk, so firmly #1 in the world, you don't settle for anything less than carving out one hell of a legacy. In his rookie year, world #1, major title and major MVP, achieving something that for any other GOAT contenders took them years. Looking at the likes of Zywoo, 4 years to get his major trophy. Simple, 5 for him from when he first appeared on the HLTV Top 20. It was a long route to the top, but not for Donk, not for this guy. And so Spirit, his team in great form around him, changes to how individuals play into the big picture, and Spirit taking this in stellar form sets them up for one hell of playoff potential. The reigning champions make it to the Moody Center. They get through flawlessly, 3-0.
Mongols on the assault will waste no time. I can see them already. Ooh, they're looking at that B site. Play with the timing ever so slightly. Look to get this show on the road, but they give a bit of time, right? That little timing they gave over is what Elige is going to use to climb up into heaven. So man down, local hero, sitting on the sidelines, the pistol. Simple not able to get his with the Berettas, so now you've got 3 players charging headstrong into you from the exit, and this pistol goes swimmingly for the Mongols. Again, you know, could have tried to rush the fag, but they just let that sit there in the open air for a second phase, try to sign up for a fight, and Mongols remind them why they should have never thought they had the chance.
$1 million per round? Is that what you meant?
No, I meant 500 per round.
Okay.
Lee spams through, and that is blitz out of it. By God, they've killed one. The Mongols can be stopped. At least out of the gate. We'll see what the recovery looks like with Senzu tucking on the smoke. He got the duel he was looking for, signed up for that fight, and Elige just straight up bests him, barely even takes damage in the process.
That's an excellent round so far. I mean, this just changes the whole thing. You got Simple and him pulling back to CT, their fast rotations to A, and Mongols have made their way up short. Techno's going to spot one too. It might be weird for him to push farther. Maybe he waits. Oh, they run right into his hands.
No weapon out at all. And Techno's going to go deeper with it with a second kill, so the recovery's now on in full effect. Frozen hears that push out from A main with the grenades that come with it. But the real issue is how the hell is FaZe going to get CT spawn back? Kerrigan's getting to that smoke grenade over towards spawn as Frozen tries to throw a spanner in the works. Will get a significant amount of damage into 9-10 at the very least. Rain's flank could also end up netting them something if it's well timed and no one holds it. Just that FAMAS trying to keep it back. That 75 health FAMAS supported from Temple. And that's two of them now tucked into that temple. That tuck opens the door for Kerrigan. He's going to run up, catches them off.
Oh.
Good trade back from Techno, though, with a very fast reposition. Frozen's been waiting to get into this action, and he gets shut down. 3-0 start for this T side out of the Mongols.
I mean, what a round from Techno, right? Because what are they going to do after Elige gets his 2 kills in mid?
Silver lining, that 4-player save in the previous round nets them a half-decent buy, and again, we're going to get that MP9 in front cave trying to challenge. Kerrigan's taking it. He's going to go flying out, but the flashbangs are so good from 910. Kerrigan's so adamant about taking that early duel. There's another chance for FaZe to bring it back, but Elige would have to extend out and really commit to this Mzinho bit.
Simple looking for his first frag. Ooh, well, it's a frag grenade that he'll find instead.
Absolutely owned by that one. M4 trying to peel away from the pillar of sight. And in that moment, Rain actually clips Techno's head.
Great shot.
And he sees that as an invitation to then take up space within the site again, right? He was looking to fade back, but with the kill, he pushes forward. And Elige will do the same thing out towards middle. This is a bit of a resurgence from FaZe, from 3v5 to 3v3 and positioning on the right site.
It's quite risky because there's still lots of time to go A. They can still go donut. They can still walk back to mid. And they have time to walk it, actually. So this is pretty good calculation here. 910 as well. He doesn't want to die, but he does want to make presence. And
backside player.
Yeah, it's Rain's committed rotation in. That changes things. And now it's time to start running, however. You got to go plant.
I think they're still going to walk it out just to the contact of Elige, where Blitz rips another head off. And they're going to put that bomb down. Remember, 3 versus 5 for FaZe, set up by 2 separate duels. Rain already 2 kills in this one, looking for a little more.
No utility.
Playing ahead of Frozen.
Oh, they picked up a molly.
This is both CTs with kits as well, so that's not a part of what's going to cause a scramble. Huge wrap back for Blitz through main into middle. He'll eventually look to add himself to this donut. Post-plant hold. Senzu takes the bait off that one fake tap. Now this time it's a commitment. Rain sticking it all the way here. Blitz swings into it. 3v5 is the first Rain and FaZe round to be put on the board. We see the POV there of 910, just that streamline of flashbangs, one after another. Poor Kerrigan ate it every step of the way. Challenge out middle for Elige, but this time he pays the piper. Senzu insta-kill. And an open gap through Red Room forces Rain off that B site where he did such great work 1 round ago. It's going to have to be another recovery from another man disadvantage if FaZe Clan are to win consecutive rounds early in this series.
It's another moment where Rain gets committed early, right? He could have been playing towards B.
Shadow advantage. What makes playing in that open space a little easier, but Blitz is sharp as ever. A second example of a quick time to kill. Kerrigan could catch this off guard as it goes for its boost. He is down beneath 910. He'll find it. 910 hit that shot. That is a snap and a half down onto Kerrigan to drop him down to 15. Causes the easy cleanup. And with 45 seconds, we've already seen Mongols with moments like these just kind of take their sweet time to minimize mistakes. Huge pinch coming in. 2 players pushing from beyond CT spawn. Simple chance to shine. Again, it is just Blitz with the headshot. And so it's safe to say now the floor of Mongols is rising. 910 hit that. Kills aside. Individual level is on. And it's a 6-1 lead for this T side.
Yeah, Simple's getting used to them being just everywhere. They got these walking flanks coming in from all directions. The rest of FaZe are a little bit more in tune with it, but they've only been able to stop it once. And that's the final kill here for Techno as well. Clean game so far for the Mongols.
Well, from the shadows, FaZe Clan have to emerge at some point, you'd think. Otherwise, this CT side is toast. 5 rounds best case, good pop of the smoke. Elige has been trying to find those kinds of fights, whether that's in middle or now B, but the response is a quick 2K back the other direction. 2 separate frags as we get Blitz hyper aggressive down into the A site. Somehow gets out A main in the middle of all of that. Kill the player towards CT spawn. We didn't catch that one. Frozen inside sight. Gets it back on Blitz. Kerrigan recovering this one. Man advantage over to FaZe Clan. Low health for Techno. And it's Frozen from behind the sight box to get 2 kills. Rocks their world with a 3K on the round, despite Blitz's best efforts to unravel that A site from the inside.
That was not easy for Frozen to deal with. He teleported to all these different positions.
We've seen Elige constantly prodding these smoke grenades, trying to get these openings early. Throws himself back over to the B side after having seen nothing in middle. It's going to leave Simple and Donut just holding off on the cross. For the time being, no real positioning for Mongols to extend out mid. They're looking at this B site with spams, with little cave control, but a well-timed aggression. He gets away from it, though. Slick moves from Senzu to get out. Blitz's lurk will get clipped by Simple. And as we get Mzinho coming back around from spawn, Techno thinks he can get one over Kerrigan. I don't think so.
Very tricky.
Finn hangs on to the caves.
Got in front of that molly early.
This really starts to take the options out of the Mongols' hands.
Simple finally gets on the board here. Perfect timing. Looking for 2 in a row. And a nice shot through the wall on Rain, but he's still alive.
We'll force him to tuck in. Cave player coming at this one as well. Mzinho slides out, gets the headshot onto Rain.
Oh,
it's
clean.
the kills, Elige. You know there's still the Cave player, and you know Simple's rotated that op in. He tries to get that peek out from Cave. Simple instead steps forward. Mzinho not feeling safe enough to plant, but that means Senzu's got nothing to offer us here. He will be lucky if he survives this. Mind you, money on the FaZe side. Maybe they let it go. But him going for that short peek to take a fight versus Simple instead of prioritizing bomb. No rest for the Wicked, apparently. Round 11 goes right back into that frozen fast heaven move, and it's a 5v3 again. Make it a 5v2.
Oh, clean.
Elige has been pretty adamant about challenging these smokes. This time he gets his lineup. And so this half starts to unravel a bit. FaZe Clan, it took some time, but they are now standing on some solid ground with 3 consecutive rounds.
Yeah, it's great to see. It's a couple of individual plays, but now it's really getting team-based. And Mongols want to grow a half and keep getting more aggressive as it goes on. But they've, I think, had a little heat check and FaZe have earned the respect. But one good kill at least here for 9-10.
I think FaZe's adaptation to get aggressive in middle was the perfect way to kind of take back a bit of this half.
Yeah, instead of a Elige playing from behind the window smoke every round.
Ooh, they're on the prowl. Chasing.
Go plant.
No time to make his move. 9-10 just tucks in.
Counter-terrorists win.
Anybody coming down that corridor?
They think he's in there for sure.
This is a real challenge. A very successful team in 2025 in the Mongols. An early shot for Simple bodes well for FaZe's chance to continue this streak into the second half. Ooh, he lands that, trying to play around with him. Senzu ends up losing 90 health. Now it's just a op stuck in the back of sight, though. There's the recovery. Mongols, every time they lose an opening fight, there tends to be this rebound. And Senzu's hanging on to Donut, as eventually Kerrigan's going to try to take it back. He's got Rain to work behind him. Smoked over towards sight was Simple, now removed from all of this. And so the Mongols are going to recover a final round on the half because a slow play from Senzu gets it over the line. The Mara pause into that last round to just kill FaZe's momentum ever so slightly.
And right now, that's sort of like where Mongols and Roar are at. So you don't know when a team is going to just crest that final hurdle and really take off. The question is, will they be able to do it at the most stressful event that we've got?
Zinho signs up for the Donut duel. And it's a 4v3 here for FaZe in the pistol momentarily, but already a couple more defenders. One of them gets gushed for 99. Elige will round it off with a second headshot onto Blitz.
I like how you said that. 99.
90. Hey,
It sounded like it was on sale.
99.
Oh, this is massive, isn't it? Oh,
he sees his little hands too. Beretta pop. Suddenly FaZe felt a shiver down their spine. It's okay though, Simple stabilizes the situation temporarily. Techno does not have any kits, but he does have a lot of bullets in those Berettas. And he just lets those things rip. Not able to find the player inside smoke. He's got to let it go. FaZe Clan take pistol. And so yes, the Mongols did sprinkle in one final round back in the first half. Maybe it's a good thing that they did. A slight stoppage advantage of the momentum from FaZe, but a pistol round robs it right back.
So that they can reach their full net.
It's that FaZe philosophy. Rain said it in an interview about Simple. We're going to play some FaZe clan rounds. Simple's got to accept there will be mistakes.
Yeah.
There will be mistakes. That's FaZe.
I love that. Such a great quote.
910's going to rock Kerrigan as they try to take over Donut. It's actually costly. A one and done from Rain is not ideal for the positioning that FaZe clan get out of this. But Simple drops the bomb in middle, says, hang on a minute. Let me work. Takes a step into the red room as Elise draws a lot of attention over towards Donut, where for sure the Mongols expect more players to be. Trying to get that SMG ever closer. Simple takes his chance to strike down a player on the back line. Frozen picks up the bomb as Simple comes back. You've got multiple players up in Donut. I think head B. I mean, shoot your teammate in the head if you want, but just eventually get to B.
It's gonna work out. They're slow on the rotation too. They don't have full confirmation on both players, and I guess there's still a small chance this round comes back to them on the A site. So look at this, man. This plant's gonna come down quickly, and you have 910 on the other side of the map, like the other side.
I say good on Simple for taking charge in a situation. Leaves the bomb, goes red, kills a player, drops smoke. Kind of had Mongols' hands tied for a moment, but Frozen ends up being found out by Senzu, so this retake suddenly on. Simple slides out, taps away for the Senzu kill, has no idea where 910's at, but now he hears it, and
by the
goes
way,
around, can come around.
Simple started this game 0-6.
Wall bang the GOAT.
And now he will be positive for the first time
hell
in
are
the match
you?
off the 1v2.
Lovely, Simple recovery.
Knock, knock.
They haven't had anybody really disrupt them as they walked out middle. Blitz's challenge with the Desert Eagle. It's going to get bolstered. 4 more Mongols standing behind him. And so Simple signs up for what he thought was a duel. Turns out to be a shooting gallery from both directions. Still man advantage, maintained from it. And obviously with Util, it's FaZe to control the situation, to curb the enthusiasm of the Mongols' red fight.
This little bit of presence from Elige has drawn a lot of attention, but it's almost as if they don't believe it, because they're bringing Bomb to the place where there's 2 CTs,
Big
2
box.
Deagles.
That big box hold from Mzinho gave him a chance. He will collect Elige. Fire to one side. It's an isolated duel, but it's a hard one to get into. So they'll drop Techno first. Mzinho still working with his cover. Gets another one. And he's got players now stuck on this bomb site. It is only Senzu left. He takes up the same position. Looks to be inspired by the young gun. Another Deagle demanded of him. Front donut. And the duel's right there. The fight's so close, but FaZe emerge victorious.
It was way too close, the amount of times they let him escape behind single and come back, and yet, he doesn't get that last Deagle shot off. And again, we aren't getting there's no ambulance noises, there's no goading them on, there's no anything like that.
It's respect, Blonders. Aye. Easy for Mzinho. 910 as well. Comes back for second serving.
Great tracking.
There's a bunch of utility coming in, but he didn't feel too flustered by it all. 910 looks for yet another in a 5 versus 2 situation where the Mongols shut down FaZe in the blink of an eye. Tried to get that MAC-10 jumping out middle, but M4 to the back of your skull. Certainly not an ideal start to the 16th round. FaZe Clan had a high hope of tying this game at 8, would have to do so with a 2 versus 5, but they find the first kill just to pique your interest, just to keep you FaZe Clan fans on the edge of your seat.
I was. Stylistically, that was a momentum call from Kerrigan, you know, to be like, we win this round, then suddenly it's, we're not scared of you. Oh, we're the way better team, even though we've just tied the game. Mongols stopped that entirely, very calmly as well, so that's a nice win for them. Yeah.
A flop of a comeback with Falcons.
I thought it was the end, like he was going to retire, and then it's like, oh, why did he retire like that?
Yeah.
So at least come back to FaZe. Well, that's
You know?
that's the way you do it.
Chance to prove he's he's still got it as well. And I think we've seen it in a few rounds at times. That flash of brilliance in a moment like this when he enters the round with a single AK. You know, this is where he's supposed to be their savior. Blitz has got other ideas, but Kerrigan sweeps in with a gun. Ooh, Mzinho gets the wall bang headshot. But you know, you could feel it there because it's simple, because he's getting the multi-kill going, because he almost got FaZe into that bomb site when everybody else had pistols.
You know, he's got real aura. It's Mzinho. He's got a clean game going right now with the lead here for the Mongols. Very handsome scoreline.
I love all our gadgets and gizmos, the hand warmers, the sleeves. Glasses, contact lenses. Goddamn cybersport cyborgs out here. Oh, Mzinho able to hold the leash back.
It's a
Again
monster.
and again.
23-7.
Been trying to get those fights, and it costs Elijah's his scoreline. He's down to 9-17. He's nearly died every single round of play. Frozen will recover from the same angle Elijah died on. We go back 3v3. On this close cave fight, though, there's more T's than CTs. And Senzu, well, he just gets bested by Rain in the head-to-head. Techno 4K has a choice to make here. Do you try to hold off on ramp and concede the control of cave where you know they just tried to get in? Perfect. Also, didn't have an additional smoke. So that's fine late in the round like this. Doesn't seem like it's kind of given Techno what he needed to know. Never suspected that that flank was open. Didn't want to turn away from sight. And FaZe Clan just go into the slow squeeze. And a very critical kill there from Rain into the cave. And even after he died last round with one, Frozen slipped right into the same fight. So there is this affinity for the duel. And Elige, just chucking utility out, but doesn't come full swinging wide. And you can see why. Still multiple bodies inside the middle of the map. Senzu ends up nading out Rain. Kerrigan's gonna return the favor though with a frag of his own. And this is a huge fight getting geared up for this lane. Kerrigan looking to get pinched from both ends.
This kill could be everything.
Just missed the timing
Beautiful.
on the fight before the flash popped. And then a recovery of mid-control, at least attempted. But Elige goes down with nothing this round. Stuck 9-18.
That flash was so excellent. They had players in position, and you see the first layer, second layer, third layer offensive attack here from Mongols. They're on the same page when it comes to that. That's where there's such a fun fight, actually, versus FaZe, but right now they're just winning too many rounds.
Senzu's repositioning his op, but it might be just with enough time to get ahead of this two-player main commitment.
We saw him miss a key shot on the op. Sometimes he pops off, sometimes.
Oh, that's huge because 9-10 still over towards Donut.
He can hold the cross. They don't have a smoke. Oh, they have a smoke for it. They have a smoke for it.
Blitz is taking over CT.
They're not using it.
No, they peek ahead of
Still
it.
missed anyways.
No way that both those players come into raw duels versus operas and walk away unscathed. Now side by side, Blitz taking a sniff at the CT smoke, opts not to go through it. Techno's gonna take over Donut. Both defenders met by smoke grenades for the moment. And still you're watching FaZe just try to position their way appropriately to close out this 2 versus 4.
Simple took a fast step. He's going to take this duel.
Oh, he's against the wall. Blitz comes back, hits the dink, can't finish it off. And Techno dropped. 2v4 out of FaZe Clan.
No, it can't be. What a round from FaZe. I mean, it all rests on the fact that 2 oppers miss easy shots and are set up. I mean, Senzu sets up awkwardly. 9-10, no excuse.